today, with matrix class, we're going to do, with the client anterior supine, we're going to work on the anterior arm. The towel technique for this, I usually like to fold the towel at the top here so that it's not digging into the neck, because sometimes when you have the towel like this and you end up moving that towel, it actually becomes a bit of a throttle. So I like to, yeah, we don't want that, do we? And then I just fold the towel. I may well bring the arm up and tuck the towel under. Okay? Then we're okay. And if she's cold, I'll just tuck that in as well. Okay, so now we have the arm exposed. What do we do next? I could have done holds over the towel easily, but I didn't. So I could do some holds now. But you can do some over the towel or on the skin. What's the first technique we're going to do after that? Have you done this one before? Okay, so effleurage, the whole arm, back. Movement comes from the whole body. Movement, you can really allow your hands, can you see that, Mac, to come around, all the way up, around, through. Draw has a lovely way of coming right up into the neck and down. I don't know, it doesn't work so well for me, but if you look on his videos, it's just another way for you to try something, okay? But I'll work the neck separately.
Do you pull the hand when you go backwards?
Yeah. Now, one thing I've just noticed on Kat's hand is that lovely bruise. Yeah. Tell me about that.
I walked into a barrier on the side of a pavement straight on the edge on Monday.
Is it
doesn't
painful?
hurt. It hurts a bit, but not as you're at the moment. So
okay, so you need to let me know if anything's sore.
Yeah.
So bruising, what about contraindication on bruising? Tell me. Huh?
Bruising is the burst capillary or something like that.
So is it something I should be working on or not?
No.
Work around it.
Local contraindication. So it's a local contraindication. If you look at the colour of that bruising, you can see it's still quite dark, but it's going yellow, so it's changing. So we'll be all right with a little bit of, a tender touch on that, but nothing more. Okay.
Sorry, is it treated a bit like a varicose vein, where you should only do it above it?
No, I just want to not do anything deep on that area, so I'm happy holding her fingers there. It's fine. So I can work on the finger. I just don't want to work directly on the bruise because it's sore. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to work more specifically on the lower arm. So in order to do that, and I'm just moving her arm about a bit because she's helping me. So let it go. If somebody, because that's one of the things you can teach somebody is actually to really let go. So just rest, 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 let it go. Now, if somebody doesn't do that well, is it worth keep on and on and on? No. Sometimes getting them to really tighten up for me, and let go, will actually help them. There, that's better. That's better. They'll actually help them to really let go. But is it going to help me to keep going? Relax, relax, relax. Your arm's not relaxed. Is it? No. Do I see that happen? Yes. Okay, so she was quite relaxed and now it's stiffened up again, probably because of that. I've probably scared the life out of her. So let's tense up again. That's it. And I'm just pulling against her a little bit to give her a bit more. And let go. There, that's lovely. But if somebody isn't going to let go, then leave their arm down here. Okay? Thank you for being such a wonderful example of that. That's great. I'm going to work on the lower arm. Do you remember we talked about the flexion and extension? in anatomical position, of course. Remember we talked flexion? Can you see those lovely flexor muscles there? Where did I do that? Here?
I don't have it.
Coming in here. And can you see those lovely extensor muscles there? If you look on me, you see them quite well defined. These are the areas that people need more. So you might use that fingertip pressure in there. Can you feel that? And you might well, in those areas, feel some of those tight areas that you might want to do a little bit of compression on. All right. And the same here. Am I going to work hard on this area here? No, good, because it's a tender area. So the areas I really want to get to are where the muscles are. So if I get her to bring her hand up for you, a little bit more, it's there, okay? In there. Now you can bring the arm up and you can do some lovely sort of, did we do that nice dragon's mouth stuff? Dragon's mouth draining up and down. Can you see over there, Tom? Can everybody see? Okay. So this is kind of, I could do some petrissage here. I could certainly do some rolling techniques in there. There's not a lot of space. I can also use the heel of my hand and maybe roll over that area. I'm just thinking things through. I could do a little bit of this, but I wouldn't want to do too much. Chocolate breaking works well there. Any other ideas that I haven't shown you? Chocolate breaking, ringing, it's kind of a little bit, doesn't sort of work very well there, okay? That's what I was just thinking. It's just what I did. Did you notice that? You knew I was going to do that. But I'm going to use this area of the knuckles probably, because it's such a small area. And for those of you who are having difficulty with thumb compression, Anton, come closer. Come much closer. Come really close to me. Anton was saying he has a problem with one of the joints in his thumb. So I was saying you can use your knuckles. You could use your knuckle in the same way. Sorry, that's right. Yeah, it's a bit painful. Okay, so you can use your knuckle and put your hand on top if you want to, or just use your knuckle and maybe just guide it with your fingers. So if I've come across anything in that area, I might do some more. Upper arm, same thing. We've got chocolate breaking. Lovely. We might use the flat of our arm. You can tuck the person's arm in and do things if you want to. Frankly, I don't find it particularly helpful at this stage, but lots of people teach that sort of thing. And if you roll the arm backwards and forwards, you can get to different parts of it. I might do it, let go a minute. I might roll the arm this way. And I might roll it the other way. So that's another way of getting there. But one of the things I like is to pop. Notice how carefully I put the arm over, okay? I keep doing this to get her to let go a little. But I'm going to lift her arm under the elbow, guide with my hand around her wrist, and take the hand there. When I take the hand there, actually, even if she wasn't helping me, it generally stays there. I don't really need to do much else. And then using the back of my hand. So remember we did those techniques right at the beginning with the back of the hand, like this? Really, really soft. I'm going to come down here. Do you want to come round here, Matt, so you can see where I'm going with that? So it's using the back of my hand. Soft, soft, very, very soft. Really guiding through around there. Really soft, soft, soft. So it's not a fist. You could try the fist that way. It doesn't feel as nice. Doesn't work, actually.
Are you applying a bit of pressure?
Hardly any, because it's actually quite tender around there.
Right.
You all right? But I can apply more, and I can use that in all sorts of areas. Okay? And you could easily do some petrissage movements here. Petrissage, squeeze, again the squeezing. Anything you do to squeeze and pick away from the bone, like you're literally squeezing and taking those muscles away. And I'm going to bring her arm back. I'm going to work around the whole arm, coming back down again. The hand we're going to cover separately, but you can easily work around, let go a little bit more. That's it, you're doing fine. Round the wrist area. So I like to move the wrist a little bit. You can turn that hand over and work around the wrist there. Don't want to use your thumbs too much.
Would you want to be careful around the joint there, or is it okay?
It's actually really, quite a strong area here. You've got a fascial band here that keeps all your tendons and nerves and blood supply. It goes underneath there to the fingers. So if she just bring your fingers together like that. See, here's the tendons, and they're working the fingers, but they're actually under this thick band of fascia, the retinaculum there. So basically, release again. And this area here, sometimes it's quite nice to work. Feel your own wrist there. It's quite nice to do a little bit of clearing in that area. If it wasn't there, what would it be like if she moved her fingers? See, the tendon come from up here, so it would all look a bit strange, wouldn't it? Okay, so the wrist is nice to work. You can move the wrist. There's nothing to stop you moving the wrist. Chocolate breaking, I'm not going to do too much there because of her bruise. You can come through on the metacarpals with your finger and thumb, finger underneath, thumb on top. You can do that on your own hand just to get a sense of what that feels like in between. And then literally just each finger you can roll. And if I take one so you can see, I'll take that one. I usually hold between the thumb and finger and roll around and come around the knuckle and down, just gliding as you go and off at the end. Nice. You can do a little bit of a squeeze. You can do a little bit of a traction as well, like that, if you want to. I'm showing you a few. No, sorry, it's traction. That's me, and I can't stop moving things when I work with bodies. Okay, let me do a straight traction. I'm going to hold that joint there. I've got that kind of clenched quite comfortably, so like that. And all I'm going to do is just stretch that joint a little bit. That's all I'm doing. And I can't do it without moving it. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and do that. Okay. You might get the knuckles clicking when you do that. That's fine. Or you can just do a straight traction like that. But it's quite nice to pull the fingers. If you do your own fingers, you'll feel what that's like. There you go. There's the arm massage. Did you see I just finished with effleurage? I'm going to come either side of, and remember that nice pull movement with the whole body, bottom out first, and really come right off at the end of the hand.
Sally, would you turn her palm and work on this area as well? Or?
Not at this stage. We're going to do a full hand massage down the line. You can, but I wouldn't at this stage. We're just going to, really, this one is for the arm, and then we are going to go on to working on the neck very quickly. So you can stop now, thank you, Matt.